Oh, hey, we got it. Hey, you're live. Hey, YouTube. How you doing? It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's time for Friday Night Live with your boy JB and me, Uncle Herman. Having a good time. Take a few minutes for people to start streaming in. Oh, we got one person that's probably Bridget. She's quick to. I think she has me on like a little buzzer thing the minute I go live. So yeah, and so got two people. Hey, how you doing? You're waiting for this, aren't you? Show starts at 7 o'clock. We're just coming on here a little early on YouTube and about to go on live on Facebook in a moment. Just hanging around. We got a pretty good show going on tonight. I do say so myself. Going to talk a little bit about some of the responses we got from last week. Let's go on here and go live with Facebook too. But right now we're gonna do what I do best. Old school all the time here with your boy Uncle Herman. It's Friday Night Live. Tell your friends. Hit YouTube. Hey, we're coming up on the 7 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking time out of your day, your evening, to spend it with me and JB. At the 7 o'clock hour, we will begin. Let's keep it going. Taking a moment to say good evening to you, Jazz. Thank you for joining in. Miss Hyatt, how you doing? We will begin the show momentarily, just reminiscing back when times were good. Here it is. This is who is this anyway? What Marvin Gaye? Duval, how you doing? You're with Jacksonville's number one talk show on Friday nights. Not that I have anything to compare it with, but I'm going to say it anyway. Old school all the time. Thank you everyone for joining. We have Robin, Gary. I saw Hackley up there, of course, Bridget. Sabre, I know you're in the house. And Jazz, I didn't forget about you, sweetie. Thank you for joining. You know how we do it old school all the time. Me and JB was just sitting back here thinking about how times were good with music like this and words you can actually understand. Your mic is up.
Okay. Yeah, this was real music back then. We can't get this real music no more, man. If you ain't with killing somebody or calling somebody out their name, man, you ain't gonna get no good music no
Nah, you
more.
ain't gonna get the good music. You're not gonna get recognized if you're not, falling into that foolishness.
Yeah,
We are the Whitney Houstons of today, the Beyonces, the Gladys Knights, the Diana Ross. We are those people. Just this is the music that you can sit and relax and chill with. People our age. Well, I don't know how old everybody is out there, but um, we can really appreciate it. Susan, good evening, Hollywood. I see you. Thank you.
real
This,
music.
yeah, this was like one of my best songs back in the day. Um, Usually, I associate songs like this with somebody that I broke up with, but thank goodness for what I can remember, I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, so I actually like this music, other than sitting tearing up about it. Cool in the Gang, they've been around for a long time. Actually, they started recording back in the early '70s, like '70. I got a song from '73 with Cool in the Gang. I didn't even realize that.
Well, once JT came on the scene, man, the music had went to another level with Cool. Cool was the one that came up with the band. Then they added JT to it, and they just took off
And then, man, I could listen to music like this all day long,
all
all
day
night.
long.
Hey, this is what it's all about. And I listen to some of these radio stations out there talk about they do old school, and I try to listen to them. I don't know what's out there, what's out there in the country, but hey, if you want old school, you want good music, Friday Night Live here with JB and your boy Uncle Herman. And listen, we're gonna start making a slow transfer over. So I know you have it on your phone already, YouTube. Just go on YouTube, hit Friday, well, put in Friday Night Live with JB and Uncle Herman, and before you even get that far, it's gonna pop up my page with my pretty face, and you on. And then hit the subscribe button. That's very important to keep us, excuse me, keep us going here. Hit the subscribe button. Now we're gonna jump right into the show because we had. Listen. I'm not trying to make light of it. We had some serious problems last week on the show. It started out with a sizzle and really ended with a bang. I was not um, anticipating the response that came about after the fact. I did have some people inbox me, talk about how disappointed they were, and how we were coming down on women, and all the things, and our black women and everything like that. And well, I really hesitated. I responded to a few people, but I want you guys to understand something. And I've said this from day one and all along for about a year. I said the same thing. This show is a show about honesty. This show is a show that you can come on and you don't have to worry about being critiqued, being what's another word I'm looking for?
Judged
Being judged or
at
anything
all.
like that. If you have an opinion, feel free to express it on this show. That's what it's about. Okay. And what happened to the show last week when people were saying, "Well, Herman, why didn't you stop it when Joyce Johnson and Jermaine were going at?" I said, why? Why am I going to stop it? She called up because she had a legitimate gripe. And I'm not going to stop someone who comes on this show from voicing their opinion. It's their opinion. I don't have to like it, but I'm going to respect it. And if she takes time to call up and she wants to vent, she can do that. You can do that. Anyone is welcome on this show if you have a topic you want to talk about. Women, if you want to come on and slam a man for the way they do things, feel free. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to stop you because those are your feelings. But what happened was, after looking at a few texts that people sent me, it became obvious. You took it personal. You can't do that. You took what we were saying personal, and you tried jumping on JB talking about, he said all women, but if you were watching the show from the beginning, he clearly said, because I watched it back, not all women are like this. What we were talking about our personal experiences. My personal experience, his personal experience. Now we ruffled a few feathers and stepped on some toes. Look, we don't come on here to try to piss people off. But this will be a show that, you're going to have your personal opinion. You may not like what we say. Fine and well. I may not like what you say. Fine and well. But that's what it's all about. But the minute you're going to start taking this personal, and I hate to say this, I really do, because I appreciate everyone out there to take time to watch this show. But if you're going to take things personal, this is not the show for you to watch. It really isn't. We're not coming out here to piss nobody off, but we're coming out here to enlighten and talk about things that are normally talked about behind closed doors, whispering, bah, 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 bah. Yeah. No, we're going to bring it out in the forefront, in the open. I got slammed. Oh, man, I got an earful last Saturday.
I did too.
And the person just kept saying, Herman, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. So I said, well, explain it to me. And it had to deal with a black man going over to a white woman, or a black woman going over to a white man, however you want to put it. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to tell you a quick story she told me after saying that we were slamming the black women. For all argument's sake, I'm going to call it CC because she don't want me mentioning her name. She told me that her sister married 4 times. 4 times to a black man. CC's black, by the way. To a black man. And this is me saying it, not her. I'm assuming that each one that she went through, her sister went through, was worse than the other. Till finally her sister was like, you know what? The hell with these black men. Okay? Right now, her sister is married to a white man. She says her sister is happier than she ever been. She says that white man treats her sister like the queen that she is. And I applaud her. I applaud him. But I said to her, you just validated my point after jumping down my throat. It's in reverse, but it's still the same. Here's a black woman that was just tired of being treated bad. And she went over to the other side and she's happy. Well, then after I said that, she kind of sat back. I guess she sat back. She was like, oh, now she sees my point. And I had a few other comments too. Teresa Thomas, she said, I didn't get a chance to see it when we was on live, but she said she loves men of color better than white men, and Teresa's white. And Teresa, by the way, Teresa, before I forget, it's okay. You can say black. It's okay. It's acceptable. We take more offense being called people of color. Just to tell you that. We don't like being called African Americans either. Okay? At least I don't. I'm not gonna speak for everybody else. I don't like being called that. Don't call me no person of color. What's a person of color? That's what I want to know. If someone can explain that to me, answer that question. What's a person of color? Okay, I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Let JB pick up from here what he has to say about the situation last week.
Last week, I enjoyed myself. I cut my phone on vibrate after the show was over because I was getting so many negative response in my inbox and in my messenger. These women was really wanting to get hold to my neck to strangle me, but they wouldn't let me talk, so it was no need. So I just went and got off a messenger. They wouldn't let me voice my opinion on what I was trying to say, and so I just left it alone. Hopefully them same women that was hitting me up in my messenger, hopefully they call the show today so I can get a chance to explain to them. And it's about being happy at the end of the day. It's about being happy, man. It don't matter what color you is. I don't care what you call me. You can call me man or color or whatever. It don't bother me. That stuff don't bother me. But I really enjoyed the show. All those women that hit me up in my messenger was calling me this and that. Call the show today. Voice your opinion. Voice your concern. And I'm waiting on you. I'm just waiting to hear from y'all today.
Saber says she didn't get offended. I know who I am, and it's not personal with me at all. Thank you, Saber. I got a few people that was offended when I talked about, you know, ladies. Let, let me back just a little bit. And I really don't like doing this, going back to come forward, but I want you to understand what me and Jermaine are talking about when it comes to women are not only our experiences, but what we hear other guys talking about, whispering on the side. It's just like when you ladies go out, a group of you ladies, 7 or 8 of y'all go out and y'all sit around. You're trash us, man. We know it because I've heard it. You say all sorts of things, but hey, if you feel that strongly about it, bring it out in the open, bring it out in the forefront. I hear bits and pieces. Oh, he's cheap. He's a cheater. He's a that. He's a that. All men are cheats. I've heard it. I didn't get offended because I know I'm not all men. But when I mention something about the wigs and the weave, and hey, I would like to see my woman's hair, I got quite a few negative response about that. They didn't like that at all.
Not at all.
But
because you was telling the truth.
It's my
that's your truth.
Thank you. It's my personal feelings. And who is anyone to tell me that my personal feelings are? Someone said it was hurtful.
Yeah.
Why is it hurtful? I wasn't the person that said that wasn't even talking. I wasn't even thinking about them. I was thinking about somebody else. But why was it hurtful for me to say what my preference is? That's my preference. Hey, listen, I don't mind. Like we said, you women are busy. You got kids. You got jobs to go to. The whole 9 yards. It's more easy just throw a wig on and go. But every now and again, I ain't gonna say all men, but a man like me wants to see his woman's hair. Like Jermaine said last week, do I want to run my hair through some tracks or want to run my hair through their natural hair? Every now and then, fine. But when you're making a project out of it, nah, it just doesn't go over well.
But that's his personal. That's what he like, personal. And me personally, I like women who are in 16 or better. That's what's 16, 22s, 24, 30s. That's me. That's my personal likes. So they really, it was just, I thought it was beautiful, man. I loved it. I wish they call. I can't wait till they call. I'm ready to laugh, ready to talk.
You waiting for the big woman to call?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was okay. I'm sorry. I was looking over here at the Facebook on his computer here. Yeah, well, and that's what it came down to. That people got so offended. Now, yesterday I posted something. I normally don't post anymore because I have this show on Fridays, but I posted something and I was very happy to get the response that I got from a lot of people. I appreciate you very much, the ones that replied to it. And the question was, if your father is white and your mother is black, or your mother is white and your father is black, okay, what do you consider yourself, black or white?
Well, if you ask in society, if you mix with anything that has black in it, you black. That's what society say. But that's your right. If you want to put down biracial, Asian, white, whatever you want to put down, that's your right, man. But society's still gonna look at you as being black. If you have a black mother or vice versa, a black father, in the eyes of society, you black. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's what Tiger Woods couldn't understand why they kept calling him black, because that's the way society look at you. Your father was black, you black. They don't care what color your mom was, but
Someone else mentioned Tiger Woods yesterday with that response, and I was very surprised that people really swayed more towards being black than white. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird because I know at least at least three people that are whiter than white. Okay, they have mixed parents, but they call themselves black. And I was like, I mean, to each his own, but wow, it's even like Puerto Ricans. They also considered in society almost like being black.
Yeah.
So here we are. Everybody is calling us black, but yet we still so far down, and we got all this blackness in us. So something's not right with society here. Hollywood says society says you're black. If you say biracial, you're black. Wow. Yeah, and I never really thought about it too much until yesterday. And one of the viewers that saw it, she said her grandchild is from a mixed mother, mother, father, black, white. And I think she said her granddaughter was like 9 years old. And my question was, what are you going to tell her if she asks? What would you say to her if she says, "Well, what am I? Black or white? I got two different colored parents."
Well, you can tell her the truth. She's biracial, but society got their own truth. So you can tell her all day long in the house, hey, you biracial, you biracial. But when she go out there and fill out a job application, when she uh whatever she may encounter in society, they gonna view her as being black. I mean, that's just the way
Well, they do have a
society.
box that checks other also now.
Okay, I haven't filled out a job application in so long, man. I
Yeah,
don't know how it goes now.
yeah, they do have it's not even black or white now. Now it's like I said, it's African American,
Okay.
Caucasian. You do have I remember seeing Asian up there, a couple of other ones, Native American, Indians, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, that's how society views it. In fact, one person said that it is a fact. Now I didn't do any research on it, so I can't say she's right or wrong. So I'll just take a word for it. It's a fact that the dominating gene, the man, will determine what your race is. So I flipped it back on. I said, well, if the man has the dominating gene and he's white, why are you going to tell that child they're black?
Scientifically, you can Google this too. If the mother is black, the father is white. Scientifically, I don't know why and who did the research on it, but the gene always be the black gene, be the strongest. And piggybacking on what you said earlier, I grew up in a household. If your parents call you by your name, you good. But I'm so used to, being getting myself in trouble. Me and my oldest brother, hearing Negro and
Negro.
yeah, you knew you was in trouble then.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean, I don't get offended about that stuff. Man, you can call me anything you want to call me, man. And I'm from the old school. As long as you don't put your hands on me, hey man, we can talk about anything. I can talk about anything. But one thing don't bother me like some people is being called out your name or by a racial slur. That don't bother me at all.
Now here Hollywood is saying, and I could probably make a good argument about it if we had time, but we'll probably be here till like 11 o'clock with this, and we're not going to do that. Hollywood says, are most blacks of African descent? I'm going to tell you something, Holly. I have heard that crap. I'm not saying to you for years, but in actuality, the research that I have done, listen, I don't care what these people say. There's only but so far back you can go. And there is no way nobody's going to tell me that all blacks originated in Africa. You're not going to tell me that. Or all Chinese. Well, when God was making people, black people go over here, Chinese people over here. Don't you know there's white Africans, by the way? No one ever thought about that. African American. Do you think a white person is going to check African American on a job application, even if they're from Africa? No. Why not? Good question. I don't have an answer for it, but we're going to move on from there anyway, because it's so ridiculous. But I don't know the answer to that. I doubt it. I don't think that no one can actually find real proof unless Jesus Christ himself comes down and tells us. We really don't know. We really don't. They found what they consider black people all over the world, bones and everything. And I don't know how they can, the structure of our face, our nose, and all that. Bunk that crap. That's like stereotyping. All black people got big noses and stuff like that. I heard that back in the day. No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't know. But if someone got the answer, I'm willing to hear it.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. As a black male, we can be racist towards ourselves too. I have friends that of a lighter tone than I am, but will not date a black woman who's lighter than me. They prefer dark skinned black women. I mean, we can be racist towards ourselves at the same time.
Always.
Yeah, I growed up in a household where me and my mom was we was the only two brown skins per se in the house, and everybody else was high, high
High
skin,
yellow.
high yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can really be racist towards our own people, man. To be honest with you, we can.
We do that a lot.
Yeah, we do.
We do that a lot. Mercedes, let me put my eyes on so I can see. Mercedes says, that's true. She just tuned in. JB is right and Hollywood is right. Uh, she puts human being myself on a job application. And then she says, let them figure it out what you are. Yeah, I mean, pretty much because what they say is what society says we are.
Right. I mean, and growing up, man, I was teased a lot. Um, I used to be told by family members, but by me being a jokester myself, it didn't affect me and had me depressed and walking around want to kill myself and that. But I was told a lot that I was in the wrong family. The stock bought me in the wrong family because I was the darkest one. But that's just it's like even in our own race, man, it's like a superior being. Let's say they red. I mean, I remember when red men, when I was growing up in school, they got all the girls. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
he light skinned with curly hair,
Yeah.
and me being dark skinned with nappy hair, and I couldn't get nobody.
Oh
But
yeah.
I mean, red men got all the girls, man. That's just how we was racist towards ourselves. Black men ain't get no love until now. They
But
finally realizing we
but even
can't.
though they light skin, they still black, right?
Yeah, but they, you know how.
That yeah. Well, we were like that with the women at one point too.
Yeah.
Every guy wanted to have this high yellow girlfriend.
Oh yeah, you can't sell a high red girl now. Yeah, they so tired of being uppity and now they viewed as being not all light skinned girl. Let me say that again because
Please
last
do.
week, man, I got hammered. I couldn't even answer my phone last week. But some high skinned black women walk around with their nose in there and so man, they get a bad stigma and to other women that's down to earth and all that good stuff.
We got Robin sitting up there, and just going back a minute about the black and white issue. Co-worker Jamie, he's not viewing right now. He's white, and he just refuses to date a white woman. He will not date a white woman. He's all for black women. So that's right, not all. Yeah. So it when we was talking about why people go to the other side, which I think I'm gonna give up this subject real quick. I can see that it might start some trouble
Hey
again.
man,
But we got
tell
Robin
the
out there, you know. Um, okay, Hollywood says, since being in the South, I didn't like being called a red bone. I don't see myself that way. Yeah, well, you are. Um, Saber says, I'm pecan tan. Somebody else said that too. Pecan tan. What's pecan tan?
I don't know. I just know I'm black. So whatever you want to call yourself.
Pecan tan. All right, well, okay, pecan tan. Sylvia, I'm back. Oh, it cut off on me. Okay. All right, well, glad you're back, Sylvia. Well, pretty much just to sum up what took place last week and get it all under one roof here. When you come on this show, we had a lot of people viewing in. They watch for a while, view out, come back. Really, you should stay tuned and listen to the show because you'll really be enlightened of some of the things that are going on out there that you may think about, you may know about, but how serious and how deep is it? It is serious, and it is deep. I'm going to show you how serious and deep it is because it comes into the next segment what I'm about to say. I haven't spent so much time on Facebook in about 5 months as I did for this past week. And it was unbelievable some of the things I've seen. And I'm starting to see more and more of the same. I don't take it personally, but this is what was posted. If a woman asks a man out on a date, should he pay? Jermaine?
If a woman asks a man out for the date, I'm assuming she want to take me out. Now, once we get there, and me being me, I'm gonna say, hey, I got the bill. But just knowing that she was willing to pay, I mean, that's just gonna do something to me. Because you don't see that often. Most people are selfish, and most people ask you out all day, and they know you gonna pay. But just to be asked out, I'm assuming she gonna pay, even when the ticket come. 9 out of 9 times, I'm gonna say I got it. But it's just the point of just being asked, and because as men, we it's very subtly that someone would pay for a lunch or a meal, put gas in my car. Nah, you stay in the car, let me pump the gas. Those things is very subtly heard or seen. So, to me, that's a good thing. If she asks you out, she should pay. But most men will say, nah, baby, I got it.
Well, here is the flip on that one. A lot of women will invite you out. Ask you, hey, what you doing tonight? Nothing. You want to go out to dinner? Okay, fine. Take you out there. Now, because you invited me, yes, I'm assuming you're going to pay. But if you don't man doesn't at least offer, chances are you're not going to hear from her anymore.
You probably won't.
Okay. Now, that's bad because now I think what you're trying to set me up, and here is where we get to that clash, women trying to use a man. Don't set me up like that.
Right.
It was like one time this young lady called me up. I'm sitting here in my underwear, feet up, watching TV. I'm chilling. I ain't got nothing to do the next day. Hey, what you doing? I'm nothing, just sitting around. How would you like Chinese food? Oh, I would love it. Oh, why don't you pick me up such and such? Whoa, hold on. I had to pull the phone away from my ear. Am I hearing you right? You asked me, but you are expecting me to now pick it up. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that I haven't done it before, but I'm noticing a trend going on where you go out. A lot of women are expecting you to reach over and grab that check. I have done it. But just like you want to see if I'm interested in you, I want to see if you're interested in me. Go into your pocket. Go into your wallet. Go into that Gucci. I don't even know if they make Gucci anymore. Whatever Louis Vuitton. I don't even know. Whatever handbags are out there now. See, I'm out of touch.
Yeah, you way out of touch.
Well, you see, I don't be buying no handbags. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that sets a bad precedent because now, after I don't offer to pay and I don't hear from you no more, you know what I'm gonna think? I'm gonna be calling you all sorts of heifers and everything else. Because I feel like that's all you want.
Right.
Now, if you ladies don't want this stigma on you, stop doing these things. Hold on a second. Let's read some of these comments that people have on. Mercedes, my daughter prefers very dark. Oh, we passed that. Bridget says, no, the woman should pay. Yes, she should pay. Mercedes is saying, Bridget, she asked him, are there other people out there watching the show besides Mercedes and Bridget in Hollywood? If I asked you out, I will be paying. Thank you, Mercedes. It's nothing wrong for a woman taking a man out and paying. I have did it, no problem. I expected Mercedes to say that. And that's on YouTube. I'm going over here to Facebook and see what's being said. Saber saying, if I ask, I'll pay. Hollywood saying she could have paid with her credit card, then you could pick it up. Oh, hell no.
No. I feel as if they dating. It don't matter who pick up the tab, who asks who out. If they dating, hey, nah, you done paid. Nah, I want to treat you out. I mean, if they dating, that's how I feel. But if this is something casual and you ask me out, even though I would still pay at once the ticket come, but shoot, at least attempt to go in that Louis Vuitton purse to have me thinking you was gonna pay. Or at least if I do pay, say, hey, baby, I got the tip. Then I'll do the tip since you paying for the $80 bill.
Whatever. Do it all. If you taking me out, do it all. Show me. All right, show me. You want me to show you what? See, and we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are going to get into more topics about this because what was being responded on Facebook, my head was spinning. Young lady, Trina Serrano. Well, I don't think I'm saying anything wrong by saying her name. Anybody knows Trina? Tell her to tune in because I'm going to read one of her comments. And this is another thing that kind of gets under my skin a little bit. A real man shouldn't let a woman pay for anything. Oh, what the man. Hell?
What does she stand?
Thank you. What? Listen, when you thought of this, were they even making power steering in cars? Come on now.
Wow.
You serious? So for me to be a real man, I need to start making a list of what these people consider a real man. Because, like I said, I've never been on Facebook so much, but this week, all I kept seeing is things like this. A real man, a real man, a real man. Let's go one stronger here. K Strong. She said, oh, and get this. A real man would stand by his woman even if she's pregnant by another man. And you know what I responded back? Yeah, he'll be a real fool.
Well, let me say something.
Okay.
We are so biased as men because when we get, not we as in all black men, when a black
make
man,
sure you say that
every time. I gotta say that every time. When a man of no matter what color it is, step outside his relationship, his marriage, or whatever, get another lady pregnant, they expect for the woman to forgive them and to be able to accept what he did, but we can't handle that.
Well, I guess she didn't specify. Did they break up at one time? Was it, whatever happened? She's just saying a real man would stand by his woman even if she's pregnant. So by reading this, stand by his woman. Bridget's my woman. So she stepped out, got pregnant by somebody, and I'm supposed to stand by her.
Men do it all the time. And 9 times out of 10, most women have been known to stand by their man. Men do it all the time, but we can't handle that.
Yeah, true. That's why you keep your snake in his cage. But this whole stigma now that I've been seeing on Facebook all week long, what a real man's supposed to be. Can somebody tell me what a real man's supposed to be? I guess a real man, I'm supposed to pick up the check even though you asked me to go out. See, I guess this is why, unfortunately, I'm single. I'm not cheap, not by a long shot, but I want somebody that's going to come half and half with me. Meet up with me. Let's do this thing together. Let's do the damn thing. All right. Yes, there have been times that I've been asked out, and when the check came, I took it and paid it. Would I do it again? Probably. But I don't know. I don't know because I don't know where this person's mind is at. It's so many different ways to look at this. Are you doing this to test me? Are you just trying to use me, get a free meal? And if I don't pay, am I going to hear from you again? Remember, you invited me out. Too many things run through a guy's mind when things like that happen. So let's stop doing this. If you invite the man out, brothers, and we need to get some more brothers on this show. A lot of women. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. Let them pay. If they have a problem with it, then you know that they really didn't want you for you. They just wanted to see what was in your wallet. They should bring something to the table also. They should. You should. The way I've heard this, and I don't know how prevalent it is anymore right now, but I've heard it so many times. And you probably heard me say it on the show. I know you have because I said it. Get them before they get you. All right. Before you lay down with him, make sure you get some. I've heard mothers actually say that to their daughters.
I have to.
Do you
something out the deal?
Get something out the deal. Wow. Do you women realize? And I listen, and I know some of you know this. You either know someone like this, a relative, a friend. You may have been like this at one time. Of course, you're not going to admit it. That you went out there to get a man for what he has. And then you wonder why. Okay? Wonder why you guys got that stigma on you. Okay? Why? And I don't agree with it. And I'm really not going to use the word. But they call you guys B's and H's. Oh, actually W. Because that stigma. Listen, if you haven't heard me say this before, I'm going to say it now. Me and JB talked about this, and I said it earlier today. If you're going to lay down with someone, ladies, sex should be for pleasure, not for profit. Because the minute you do that, you are put in a class that you don't want to be put in.
Right.
At least I would hope you don't want to be put in that class. You are put in a category. You are labeled. And now I'm going to say, hey, JB, yeah, listen, her electric bill is $60. Yeah, pay an electric bill, you can lay her all night.
Yep.
But that's what's happening. So you wonder, see this thing, wonder why. But ladies, if you got something to say about a man, don't hesitate. The phone is open, 904-414-1604, 904-414-1604.
I have heard men say, every time they go see their friend, before they hang up, hey, could you pick up a box of chicken on your way? Hey, could you pick me up some garlic crabs before you come? Hey, could you pick up a 2-liter of RC before you come? Phantom. It's always he got to bring a gift when he come over. Now, I'm not saying, I don't know. Me personally, I don't agree with that. Because every time I come see you, that means I'm expecting sex. Why can't I come see you and we just sit down, talk? If I want to bring over a box of chicken or a Popeye's chicken sandwich, let me do that on my own. Let me ask you, hey, I'm coming through. Have you ate yet? That's just me. Hey, have the kids ate yet? I'm going to order a pizza and I should be there before they deliver the pizza. Let me say that. The kids haven't eaten. Could you pick up? No, that shouldn't be the way the conversation should go, especially if y'all trying to learn each other, spend some time. It's supposed to be all about just having a good time, finding out the likes and the don't likes. And when you put stipulations like that, that really hurts a communication. It really hurts a future relationship too, because now y'all looking at each other sideways. Now, when you ask, hey, the kids haven't eaten, could you order a pizza? Nah, I ain't coming today. I meant to tell you that. What you mean? And then that's what it's going to turn into, So that's just my opinion.
Now, here's the thing with that. And I know some of you know someone like that. Might be a family member. Have you ever stepped to that person and said, hey, look, you need to stop that because you are giving us a bad rap. And it's going to make it hard for me to find a good man because of women like you. Now, I've said that to guys. I said, bro, you got your good woman here. You doing this? You're going to make it hard for somebody like me who wants a real relationship, who wants to be with somebody. And Lord and behold, if I happen to go after somebody that you just dogged out and I didn't know it, you know what kind of hell I'm going to face because of what you did? I've told guys that. But how many guys out there has cheered the guy on too? Go ahead, man. Yeah, get that. And how many of you women cheered them on? Yeah, get that money. And that's, oh man, I hear that. Get that money. You know, so bad. Um, my little 9 year old, she now she know how to use the computer. It's ridiculous. She's on her phone on the computer and she keeps sending me things that she wants for her birthday and for Christmas and this and that. I said, little lady, do you know how hard Papa has to work to get this stuff? And she says, Mama said spend Papa money. I said, I'm like, oh really?
She's getting groomed.
She's
getting groomed.
She's being groomed, yeah. But what can you do? She's 9 years old. I had to laugh.
But they start young getting groomed.
Yes.
That's why they need a king in their life to say, hey, baby, this is the way it's supposed to be. Now I'm getting you this stuff, not because your mama say get daddy money, but because this is what you did in school today. You was on a blue card today. Excellent. So daddy gonna do this because of that. Or you remember to make you bed, because we gotta switch the way they thinking, because right now these kids need kings in their life. I always had that. So that's why I'm always calling real men kings, because that's how I see my dad. Since the day I can remember seeing, that's all I've seen in my life. Whether it was I did something good or bad. If I did something bad, I was gonna pay. If I did something good, he was gonna show that love and kindness. And this is what happened when you do good. This is what happened when you do like you're supposed to do in school, like you do like your chores around the house. But this is also what's gonna happen if you don't. And you need that balance out of king. Mothers are great. Mothers, I love mothers, because it's a lot of mothers raising these kids by themselves. But if the men can see how important they are in these kids' lives, we'll have more kings to step up. And we just don't have enough kings to step up.
Well, you know something, even dealing with what you just said, JB. Hold on now. Winston-Salem. No, that's not Winston-Salem. Damn. But Forever Young Valerie is here. North Carolina.
How you doing, Miss Forever Young? Hopefully you had a great week at work. And by you being the queen, you are.
Oh, and she is. Oh, she put a picture of herself up there. I think I don't know what it was, but I put there, you make my heart on fire. Yeah, anyway, I'm sorry not to get off the. I was about to say something.
Yeah, you made me forget what I was thinking too.
I was about to say something, and now she just got me so blown away here.
And I was gonna say this is what I was gonna say. And women, if you dating somebody or trying to get to know somebody or trying to establish any type of communication skills, if the first thing come out his mouth every time he come over, what you done cook, never what you got a taste for. What you done cook today? I'm on my way. I'm starving. And he never can say what you got a taste for. Whatever you got a taste for. Let me know. Text it to me and I'll pick it up. Call it in. Tell me where it's at and I'll go pick it up. Women, y'all got to start looking at that stuff too.
Well, on JB, now, even saying that, do you believe in going back to the way times were where, the woman would cook for the man when he comes?
That's why I said, women, if you always hearing this man say, what have you cooked, and never what you have a taste for, those are issues you need to pay attention to. Yeah, it's good to cook. Oh, that's well and done.
Those are signs.
Yeah, those are signs. But if he can never ask you what you got a taste for, I know I'm on the east side, but shoot, you like crabs on in Arlington? Okay, I'll go get that.
Do anybody in Florida eat crabs?
Man, that's the way it seems, man. I'm so used to garlic crab. I'm tired of garlic crab, man.
And the thing is, I never tasted garlic.
Well, I'm not a garlic crab man, but having ladies in my life, man, they love garlic crabs, so.
Now, ladies, here's something Jermaine just said no more than 5 minutes ago about having a king in the child's life.
Gotta have a king in the child's life.
We're gonna take a short break because I need for you ladies to really get serious and talk to us. And what happens though, JB, when you are prevented
from being in that child's life, where that woman is so pissed off with you because you and her are not together, or whatever she wanted a relationship, you didn't. It was something that just happened, and you are you know they move you. She don't tell you. I'm just gonna speak out. This is the show. All right, I've gone through that. All right, where listen, I don't believe in in having to take somebody to court to have visitation rights for my child. I don't believe. Just don't believe in it. If we lay down together and made this child together, we're adults. We should be able to handle this outside the court. We're gonna come back on this note because I want to know why you women do this. Not you women. Nope.
Yeah.
Why women do this.
Make sure you explain. Not all women.
Yeah, because I can only imagine. What you mean, all women?
Yeah.
Ain't no all women. I'm not like. No, everybody's always not like that. But you know someone who is. I guarantee you know someone who is.
Yes, they do.
You know, that's one of my favorite songs. Kind of funny because last night when I was listening to it, kind of like, I don't know, it just made me feel, how can I say it? I don't want to use the word depressed. It was like, I want someone to come in my life and give me that joy. You know, it's heart wrenching sometimes. Like, damn, this is sometimes. Listen, some days are better than others. I ain't gonna sit in front of any single person to tell you that. But then sometimes you just need that companionship. And for me, and to be honest, rather than go out there in the street and wind up getting myself into some trouble I ain't got no business getting into, I sit in here and I listen to my music, my old school music. That's not really considered old school. Usually, 20 years and better is old school to me. But I just happen to like that song, Blackstreet, Joy. Very pretty song. Very pretty song. But now back to the topic at hand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, ladies at least, for tuning in. And I guess we did lose Joyce Johnson. I didn't see her tune in.
Hey, Robin, what's going on with you?
I would say hello, men. Hello, Miss Robin. And I hope my
we could have used her last week. Robin, you got off too fast. We had a few questions for you last week.
I think she actually said something.
Did she?
I think I saw something. I can't remember, but I don't think I wrote it down. But I think she did.
Okay. We could have showed you last week.
Yeah,
used her input.
She did come in late.
Yes, she came in late.
Came in late. Yeah. But yeah, now here we go. We are in a bad situation when it comes to men and being called deadbeat dads and whatever else you guys come with to call us. But how can we be a positive role model in our children's lives if you have women out there that want to keep the father from the child? You know, it's pathetic, and it upsets me. Listen, I've been holding some anger, maybe a little, I ain't gonna say a lot resentment, because the situation is happening to me. Look, I don't consider myself a bad person. All I ask is to be given a chance. And just because me and the daughter's mother or anyone out there don't get along, there's no reason in the world for you to keep a child from their father. Now, granted, if the guy's doing drugs, selling drugs, a bullet has no name, is putting that child in any kind of intimate danger, of course, I believe, hey, he shouldn't be around the child. Child shouldn't be around him. And a lot of guys think just because they pay child support, that gives them the right to see the child. No, you paying child support to support your child.
Right.
Okay. So always get that straight, because I hear it a lot. The first thing a lot of women say to me, do you pay child support? Yes, I pay child support. Look, no man wants to pay child support. We'd rather just take care of our child. But when women go and just put them on child support just out of anger and being nasty, I'm calling it the way it is, all right? And a lot of you out there know I'm calling it the way it is. I'm glad you understand. Forever Young, maybe we can get together and I can lay on your lap and we can play that song together. But this is where that whole thing. And then after a while, what do you expect the man to do? He's going to give up. He's going to get pissed. And he may just haul tail and say, to hell with it. Seriously. So now he's labeled a deadbeat dad. He's no good. He's not in the child's life. How can he, when you do everything in your power to keep him out? Now, I'm not asking no one out there. I know for a fact, one of you, if there's 20 women out there,
5 of you know somebody that's like that. You're bitter. You need to leave that crap alone. Leave that bitterness alone. Okay, so when you was pregnant, he cheated. Okay, you're not with him no more. But don't keep the person's child from them. I'm furious about that. And when I started doing the show almost 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I said I would never, ever bring this up. And quite a few times during the show, doing some of my shows, I started to bring it up and I caught myself. And I'm probably going to regret doing this later. But right now, talking about it, I'm a little pissed because I see guys just like me out there working hard, will support child, just want a relationship, but being slammed every step of the way. I can only imagine what my daughter's mother says about me. And listen, people don't think I haven't reached out and tried. Okay? I reached out and tried. But every time you go, listen, before I'm going to come to the mother. And this is what happened. Okay? Hey, let's take off the gloves here. Every time I walk up to her, the mother, and try to have a conversation with her in regards, hey, listen, it may not have worked out between me and you, blase squaze. I'm getting tired of being called an MFer. I'm getting tired of being said F you. Get the F away from me. Very limited vocabulary. And if you see things like that, I mean, this is what happened to me. What do you think my reaction is going to be after? I backed off. Because I can't get to my child because I have to go through her. And it's woo.
I never had to experience that. The mother of my child never kept me away from my kids. And I am so blessed and so happy. And I salute. I give you nothing but praise for the men that have to deal with that. My heart right now, I'm feeling sad for you. The good men, not the men that only want to show up on holidays, but I'm talking about the good men. I never had to experience that, but my heart goes out to you because you're missing out on so much of your kids' lives. Some things you can never get back. And some things the kids won't understand. Some things they just would not understand. Why you wasn't there, why you missed this, why you missed that, because your mom didn't tell me, because I kept trying to call, whatever reason. And some kids, that I have friends, and some kids, as we know, anyone who has kids, some kids need more attention than your other child, because that's just life. And the kids won't understand that. But the way the moms holding and dangling the kids, you either do this or you don't get that. And that really can set a man back. That really can make a man so frustrated, he just walk off and say, screw it. If they get older and they want to find me, let them do it. But I'm not dealing with this mother. And my heart goes out to the man, because so much, a kid grow up so fast. And for a father to be able to go to sleep and eat and not knowing how his kid eating, those men look like the women respect them. But for a good man who wants to be a part of their child life, they actually is killing everything in him. They really hurting the man from the view of the child eyes on top of that. And my heart goes out to you, Herm, because I never had to deal with that. So I can only imagine, because these kids grow up so fast and you don't miss so much, from birthdays to kindergarten graduation to holidays to field trips. I just don't know where to start at with that.
It was, like I said, I try not to bring too much of my personal life onto the show, but I started, so I might as well finish it out. I did have an opportunity. Well, first off, it was like, where were you? And it was all doing text messages. Where were you? Well, hey, first off, I didn't know where you was at. I had to find you. And I had to pay somebody $200 to find you. Now, what they did, they could get fired for. So I can't, really tell too much about it. But yeah, I had to pay somebody to find out where my child was at because I just refused to go through the court. I just could not see myself going down to the courthouse filing papers because we're grown, we're adults. You guys out there, you know someone doing that, tell them you're grown, you're an adult. Bump the fact that y'all not together. Now, I don't really know the real reason why the mother dislikes me so much. You know, she said I said something, and I'm not going to say I didn't say it. I'm not going to say I did say it. I don't remember. I may have. Yeah, I'm pretty honest. I may have said it. I don't know. I don't remember. But if you're holding that against me for almost 19 years, there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
But this is where a lot of good fathers, like you said, JB, we just say the hell with it and walk away. And now then we get labeled. Where was your father this? Where was your father? Where was your father for your birthdays? Right here. Phone number for 15 years. Okay? This phone number hasn't changed in 15 years. So don't sit around talking about where was I? You could always get in contact with me. Rest assured, if that child support payment stopped, you would have found my ass.
Sure would have.
You would have found me. You would have went down to the court and found me. But I'm not hard to find. You know where I work. I'm a pretty popular guy. I've been at 21 years, so a lot of people know me. But see, this is where I lose respect for a lot of women. And I've had them sit there and talk to me about certain things and dealing with their fathers and their children's father. And I say, well, why are you holding it back from him? I can't stand him. Well, it had nothing to do with you. Okay? I hate his guts. So what? What does that have to do with the child?
Nothing. You just hurting the child. Hurting the child. I'm serious, man. I have a friend. I'm not going to say his name, but if he was, I told him this a few months ago. I say, man, I got so much respect for you. I would marry you off to my daughters just in a laughing way, but that's how much respect I have for him. But he's one, if he don't do this or do that or buy a pair of Jordans when they come out, not, you got to make it accountable that he's paying child support on top of that. And that's just to make sure the child has a roof and some food in his stomach. Mm-hmm. But the extra stuff he do, if he come up short and can't buy a $200 pair of Jordans, they will hold that against him. And I have so much respect for him. He's so patient and loving. He loves his kids so much. And he goes through it because that's his son.
Well,
you know,
I don't have a pair of $200 Jordans.
I'm serious,
Michael, I'm not spending no $200.
And I know how it was because when my kids growed up, I used to pay people to stand in line for me because I had to be to work so early in the morning. So if you ain't get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I used to pay. And my daughter, and my son, my baby girl and my son, my middle child, she didn't like Jordans. So she liked the stuff like Air Force, Air Max, whatever she liked it. But my baby girl and my son, they like the Jordans. So I can be like, wow, you know, I thought I just paid somebody to get y'all some last month. Well, it's a new month and a new pair of Jordans out. But you know, I was cool with that because my kids made great grades. They all went to college. I had no problem with that. You know, if I had to work 6-7 days a week to make sure they got what they wanted, that's what I wanted to do.
I'm gonna say it. JB here, I guess you would say rented a billboard. One of them big old billboards you see when you're driving down the highway. When one of his daughters graduated from high school, right? From
high school.
She graduated from high school, and he ran out this big old. You can see it when you're coming over the bridge of his daughter, graduation and everything. Okay, this is what this man. I've seen the things that he did for his children and his family. Okay, and sometimes we get the raw end of the stick.
Yeah, I was just blessed. I was blessed, man.
Let's hear Bridget. Yes, I agree. Never keep the child away from the father. Oh, hold on. We have somebody calling in. Let's see. Let's see if I got this thing right. Hello. Oh, let me hold on a second.
I was trying to ask you if I could call in. I had something to say about, you know, what y'all were talking about with paying child support.
Okay, this is Hollywood, everyone. This is Hollywood on the line, everyone.
A lot of women, I guess, when they are bitter or they're angry at the guy for whatever reason, which to me it's not important, it's the kid. I raised 3 kids by myself. My kids' father didn't do anything for them. One thing I never did, I never said anything bad about their father. I let them see it for themselves. When they were older, they knew who took care of them. But I think it's more important for the kids to be able to spend time with the father. Some fathers have money problems, and I agree with you. I don't think you should have to go to court. But, I think it's stupid. But there are a lot of fathers that do for their kids, but so many of these women are so bitter, they make the kids suffer.
Right.
Whatever they're angry about with the father, that's between them. It shouldn't have anything to do with the kids.
Oh boy, you spoke a mouthful there, and I wish some people could get it into a lot of these women's heads that what you're doing is just wrong. It's just wrong. And I guess they take some type of pride in I'm holding my son or my daughter back from them.
And then the ones that even, there are some men out there that don't want to take care of their kids. In my case, he had other kids by another woman, and he felt that those kids come first, which that wasn't the case. But I mean, even if the man doesn't do anything, I had to take care of my kids regardless. They still had to eat whether he paid me or not. But I raised 3 kids by myself.
Wow.
And that's basically all I wanted to say, because there are some men out there. I feel for them. I really do.
So have you ever known a woman to keep her kids from the father?
You have. And it was a family member, and I told her she was dead wrong. Now she's paying for it.
Yeah. Why did she keep the child from the father?
Because whatever was going on, he decided he was going to walk out. But he said he wasn't going to walk out on his kids. She didn't want him to leave, so to get back at him, she kept the kids from him. And this was a good man. He's still a good man. And he had to end up going to court to see his children.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't know why women do that. I think it's really sad.
Yes.
Because no matter what, I think no matter how bad a man is, they should always know who their father is or have a relationship. Unless, like you said, if he's a drug addict or he's involved in criminal activity. I say, let them see the father.
And I say the same thing to the women out there that, let the child, even though they might be grown now or, of age 16, 17, 18, and really make their own decisions, let her decide if he's worth her being around or not.
Exactly.
That mother at some point, in fact, should encourage the child. But in my particular case, I'm like America's most hated for whatever. And all I said to and this is all through text, and I'll probably get blocked if they know I'm talking about it. But my thing was, I texted, I said, why don't you take time to get to know me? I'm probably not as bad as you think I am, or you heard I was, or is, or whatever. There were times that she used to read. I used to do a little thing called Vent Out Fridays. I would post something every Friday, and she would read it because every now and again she would say something back to me, but never in a positive way. I'm talking about my daughter, but never in a positive way. It was always thinking that I was being disrespectful or something, and it's like, wow, is that the image you really have of me?
Yeah, it's really sad. But I just wanted to say that I have to take another call, but I'll get into this a little deeper with you at another time. But I feel bad that you had to go through that, because I know that you're a good man.
Thanks, Holly. I appreciate it.
Okay, you all have a good night.
Good night, dear. Well, ladies, it's really not. It really shouldn't be like that. We know. But unless that man is really, really can be detrimental to that child's health and well-being, leave all the personal stuff alone. Because what you're dealing with is personal. Okay? Has nothing to do with her. It doesn't have a doggone thing to do with him or her. Excuse me. Him or her. Okay? If the man wants to try to be in the child's life. In fact, I was I'll say one of my exes. I ain't gonna say which one. She was having a problem with her child's father at one time, and was like, "Well, I don't think that he should be around," or all that kind of stuff. And I was like, "No, that's not the way to go." Okay, let's see who this is. Let me get some response here. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Trip, what's going on? That's my oldest brother right there. That's Triple X. That's the one I was telling you about, walking around with the helmet on, and I got all the girls growing up. What you got to say today, Trip?
You're on now.
You're on now. You're on live.
Listen, actually, you was the one getting all the girls. Remember, you was the pretty boy. I was the fine one.
What he's just trying to make up for stealing all the girls up under my nose.
Yeah, man. Y'all was talking about baby mamas keeping the father away from their children.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, man, it all stemmed from slavery too, man. When you look at the history of how everything, was in slavery, when, the man was just, some men were sperm counts or just a sack, and they would deliver and they would have him going everywhere, or they would, beat him in front of the woman and the children and run him off, or, they would tell a woman that, hey, you don't need him. That's where the system came from. So a lot of this stuff stems from, when you would hear people, even women back in the day, would say, just get them papers on him.
Yep.
You get them papers on, you got it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff that stems from that, and people don't realize it, that they thinking that they're hurting that man. But I don't know if you ever notice, when a child grows up, I don't care what some kids is different, but there's a lot of children, boy, they taught the mother talked about that man so bad, but at the end of the day, that child still love that father.
Right.
And but that's the way it was in slavery, So it's sad for men to have to deal with that situation, that, it's a lot of men died never really knowing their children.
Bingo.
Because they was being held back by an angry, bitter mom. But at the end of the day, it hurts that child, because that man is that child, who that child is as well. So, it's a sad situation, but it's a great topic.
And at the same time, Herm, your situation is different, because there's some men out here who don't want to be in their child's life. And I remember my dad telling us one day, the first time he ever met his dad, he was 12 years old, and a guy drove up in the neighborhood and asked for his mom. And so he ran home, was like, "Hey, mom, this guy here looking for you." And she was like, "Where is he?" So when she came to the front door and he pointed at the guy, and the guy was getting out the car, she said, "That's your dad." And so he told us, I never wanted y'all to experience anything like that. And when he seen him that time, I just think it did something to my dad, that he told himself, no matter what, he was always going to be in his kid's life. Now, some men who go through not having a father, they can't handle it. And some men shy from it. They never had that responsibility. They know how it feel to hurt, but they don't do nothing to them to say, I'm going to be in my kid's life. But my dad was just the opposite. He said, I'm going to always be in my child's life. And so that's the first time he met his dad. Dad was driving up in the neighborhood, asking around for his mom. So, it's some men out here make it bad for us too, as being good men.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you look at it, y'all, like I said, in slavery, man, just think of those men that had to leave their children and their wives, and they was on a circuit, especially if they were strong men, they would send them to another slave master and all of that type of stuff. I'm not trying to get into, talking black and white issues, but I'm just saying that there was a lot of men that run. This is what they was taught for their freedom. The strongest man, they killed off, but they didn't want him to have so many other men back, stepping behind him, and, basically being able to take over that spot. So and some of our DNA is in our DNA to run. You know, some men just run, but some men stand strong and say, you know what? I don't care what this woman try to do. I'm pray about it, but I'm gonna still be in my child's life however I can. You know, if it's, you know, one day that child will know. But just like they always say, well, the young lady just said, and I'll go ahead and let y'all finish, but that young lady said, I didn't say nothing about their father. I wanted them to learn for themselves. And men have to do the same thing. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything, but I know they're gonna learn for themselves that one day, you know what I'm saying, that I was a man that was after them. You know, I paid child support. I was kept from them. And I think even Shaq had a situation where his mama never told him that he just thought his real dad walked off and left. But actually she left because she thought it was better for Shaq. But, you know, because she didn't want him growing up in that lifestyle. So I'm going to let y'all, but that's a great show, y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, there you have it. You know, I guess it's just not me going through this situation. A lot of the guys are. And this is a show with topics that we're going to come up with, talk about, and get that echo out there. And see if there could be a solution to it. I mean, you know, you could have a sister, a cousin, or whatever who's doing the same thing. You could say, hey, you know, you're wrong. But once they get that into their head, that this vindictive attitude, for God knows whatever reason, I mean, where do you go? How do you do it? You know, if there was a book out there, I would probably purchase it. Because, you know, I did say that I was a little tired of being cussed out, talked about, and all this other stuff. And right now, what is going on with, see the Facebook trying to reconnect there.
It's got me off too.
So, we're still, this is why you guys need to be on YouTube. I don't know if you guys still hear me. I don't want to, there we go. Blacked out a little bit there, people. Sylvia. That's Sylvia up there. Okay. That's what I tried telling these guys about. Keep his daughter away from her mother. So, okay. So the mother's a bad influence. But here we are, a lot of good men out there that are being cast out as bad people. We ain't about Jack. And a lot of times it's not about that. And a lot of times the child, because they are around the mother for so long, they don't want to hurt and disappoint the mother because they've been around them for so long. They really want to reach out to the father and find out what he's about. If all the things that you said about him or that was said about him, is it true? And all the mother will do is try to hold you back because she's afraid that if the child finds out the truth, the child going to turn on her.
And this question is for Mr. James Thomas. What's up, buddy? Now, you're a single dad who has custody of his son. Would you, due to the circumstance your child mother is in, would you keep your son away from his mom? How you feel about that? You know, you very seldom find men with custody of their kids. It's a lot more so now than a few years back because
usually
these
money
women
talks.
Yeah, these women walking off leaving these kids. But James, how you do you let your son see his mom, or how that works? You know.
Now, of course, people that know me or know the situation and they only hear one side, they would have no problem slamming me because you only know one side.
Right.
You only hear one side. Okay. And it was a point where one time me and my daughter, we text each other and she would ask me questions. And if it was true, I told her it was true. If it wasn't, I told her no. Or I would tell her, parts of it is true and part of it isn't. You know, that's part of the truth, but there's more to it. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to put my, well, I already did put my personal business out there, but you know, for some reason now I feel a little bit better.
Well, you know,
I'll sleep a little better tonight.
man, sometimes you've been probably holding that in so long. Something triggered that today to make you just say, man, I got it. The hell with this. I got to release
It was last night listening to that song by Blackstreet that kind of I was just sitting in here by myself listening to it, and I got so mad because I have two actually three, but very beautiful daughters, okay, and my oldest daughter and my middle child right now I'm talking about, I mean they damn near resemble each other in some pictures, and but that's a whole nother topic going on with that too, but it is hurtful. You know, my oldest daughter, she's 27 now, so you know she's grown, doing her own thing. She's a corrections officer in New York. My middle child here, she be on Facebook, and she's going to school, going to college, taking up media, and following behind her father's footsteps, but she just don't realize it. And her grandmother, my mother, was in the music. My mother used to be an opera singer, so my genes are kind of where I can see that, hey, you know what? I am still a part of her. She just doesn't realize it, but I can see it.
She can't
with
fight
the-
it, but for so long.
well, she's doing a damn good job of it right now. But okay. She has only seen him 3 times since he was born. That's James responded to you, JB.
Okay. That was by her choice. Yeah, that's
No, it was her choice. Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Ooh.
and that goes to show you he didn't keep his son away from her. But if the roles was reversed, would she have kept his son away from him?
Well, I don't want to speculate, but probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Have no clue where she is now. And you know what? And it's probably best.
It's probably best.
It's probably best. And if she's staying away, maybe she's doing it for a reason, and that will better suit the child
And
right
you
now.
can respect her for it. I mean, to a certain degree. You know, if you're in a bad situation, you may be on drugs, or you're in a bad type of lifestyle, and you don't want to bring that towards the child or put him in harm's way, and you keep yourself away. To me, you choosing a lifestyle or habit substance over your child, I would never do that, but I have never been in that situation.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
904-414-1604, James. 904-414-1604. That's the number here. And you know, James, don't have to be James. Anyone out there that, you know, we got a lot of people viewing in and you're sticking around for a little while. Charity, how you doing? Oh, Charity's cute too. Yeah, I
How you
remember
doing,
you, Charity. I didn't forget who you are. You always feel free to call in. Where I lost one, but you know, I don't really think I lost Joyce Johnson. I think probably sometime tomorrow she'll go on the page and see the show. And in the beginning, realize that, you know, it was nothing personal. We weren't talking about all Black women. We were talking about just our experiences, or at least my experience. So, hello, Gwen. And so maybe she'll come back. But, you know, yeah, if not, you know, I understand. That's all I can say. I understand.
That's all we can say.
So, James, you got the number 904-414-1604. If anyone else out there would like to add in their opinion, feel free to. Before we decide to call it a wrap for this Friday night, you know, and this is why a lot of people don't know. I sit in here and I listen to music that calms me down. My job really isn't. My job is as hard as I make it on myself. And believe me, for the past few months, I've been making it easy on myself. But when I come home, I just like to get relaxed. I take my shower. I might make me some hot tea, and I sit in here and think of what topic I'm going to do for the next week. Or me and JB might talk, and he might have something to talk about, and he want to discuss on here. So we kind of, one more time. Listen, dude, you write this damn thing down, all right? 904 414-1604. And we try to keep it interesting. We try to keep it lively. We try to keep it real. Yeah, God only knows I hate when I say that myself. But hey, these are things that's going on out there. We need to stop it. If we see people doing, ladies, if you see women out there that you know them, sisters, cousins, whatever, doing that kind of crap, you need to knock them upside their head and let them know what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. If you don't want to be around him, you'll take him to see the father. You'll take the child to see the father, or meet in the park so he can see his child. If she holds that much resentment. But remember, okay, this must be James. Let's see what's going on here, because I know I'll forget. Hello. Oh, hold on 1 second, James. Hold on 1 second. All right, you're on the air.
All righty. Well, like with my situation, she told me she was pregnant. Then she called 3 months later and said she lost her baby.
Oh, so she lied.
Yeah, and then she called my mom and told my mom she lost the baby. July 9th, when my son was born, Shands Hospital called and said, Mr. Thomas, your son's been born.
Whoa.
And then it was one of those, what effing son? I'm not trying to be funny about it. 3 days later, they called me and said, you're going to come take him home from the hospital, and I've had him ever since. So.
And how old is he now?
Wow.
He's 10 years old. He just turned 10, July 9th.
10 years old. Look at that. Here's a man taking care of his child.
And the last time that she seen him, he was about 4 months old.
Wow. So basically she haven't seen him in 10 years.
No. You know, we tried to find her.
Why?
And
Why?
there's no finding her in Jacksonville because I don't know if she's alive or dead.
Why were you trying to find her?
Well, I want Jesse to have the chance of meeting his mom. All right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go hunt the world for her, though. I mean, we looked all over Jacksonville with people that knew her. Nobody knows where she is. So it is what it is. He gets everything that he wants as it is. So he don't need no mama.
What they say, you mama and papa.
That's right. You know, like he'll tell you, he got mama, grandma, and mama Hazel. That's my sister. He don't need nobody, no other mamas.
Well, he has a whole big Jacksonville family also, JTA family.
Oh, I know. Everybody loves him to death when I bring him to work. So, you know. And everybody knows I'll beat your rear end over him, too. Ask one of the drivers at work.
Yep.
And,
Well, we know that. Well, I do know that you take care of your child like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah, he loves his child.
I mean, anything that boy needs, all he's got to do is come to me and say, "Daddy, I want it," and I buy it for him. So,
Daddy,
you know, but
Daddy, Uncle Herman needs something. I can use my car payment paid this month.
yeah. Now all I got to do is find a girlfriend. I'll be real happy. But you know, that's another topic. So.
Yeah, you know what? The next time we bring up this topic, you got to make sure you call up so we can talk. This is White Boy James, by the way, our token white boy on the show. And hey, James, do you know any other white people that can view in? You can tell them to call in because we need to up our white people.
Well, you know, I don't date white girls. That's the only problem.
Well, how about white guys? We'll accept at this point. Listen, I'm just trying to get some males on the show and see what's happening here because we
Well, the only people I hang out with is at JTA.
Oh damn well.
You know what I'm saying? I don't hang out with nobody. I don't go nowhere.
If anybody out there has a lot of white friends, I actually friend requested some white people and they accepted. So I got to try and get them to watch now.
Yeah, we got to get. No, I'm the only token white boy on that show.
Yeah, it seems. Well, glad to have you, James.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
You have a good night. Yep. Now that I let that out, got that out my system, I want to tell you about something. I normally don't talk about my job on the show, but something funny happened today. So I'm coming down the street and I pull up at the bus stop. Guy's standing there. He steps on the bus. He has a Foot Locker, brand new sneakers, Foot Locker, a bag from Walmart stuffed with stuff, and one of them, you know, when you order a whole lot of stuff from McDonald's, they give you that big bag with the two things on the side. He steps on the bus.
He says to me, driver, I'm 50 cents short. Can you help me out? Well, just imagine the look on my face. Negro, please.
That's that Negro. You know you're in trouble.
I'm what?
Wow.
What?
All that stuff he had, huh?
Yeah. And you 50 and so somebody on the bus actually gave him 50 cents. He went 4 stops.
Oh man.
You done lost your damn mind.
Wow.
You got all this stuff and you didn't keep enough money on the side for fare to get home
All this stuff.
to go 4 stops. I laughed when he got off. I just laughed. I couldn't believe it.
Just imagine if you was the person that actually gave him the 50 cents. By the time you put your wallet back in your pocket, he was getting off the bus. Just imagine how many curse words he had to say.
Well, I mean, I was like, dude, really? I was like, I'm looking at all this stuff. Now, Foot Locker's not cheap. None of these sneakers are cheap. And I don't know what he had because the bag just had the Foot Locker. I don't know what kind of sneakers he had, but let's say average $75 at least.
At least.
And I don't know what you had in Walmart, but you're feeding at least 3 to 4 people how big that McDonald's bag was.
Right.
So we're still looking at maybe, I thought say another $15 right there.
Right.
So right there in your arms, you have over $100 worth of stuff, but you didn't have enough money to get home.
That's some of the decisions we make.
I
Wow.
didn't even know what to say.
You can't do nothing but laugh at him.
I was wondering, did I hear him right?
You know, it's better you were sitting in your seat than the guy back there that had it on 50 cents. Because I bet you if he would have got off the stop, you would have had to break up a fight.
I would let him get dragged down with it. Hey, people, thank you very much. Another successful Friday. Thanks to you guys, Liz, Bridget, Sylvia, White Boy James, Gwen. Who else we had out there? Sabra. Going by memory here.
Mercedes.
Of course, Mercedes. Hey, Mercedes.
Mazzetti.
Where was she at? I didn't see her.
Yeah, she was on there. Mazzetti.
She was, I didn't see her.
So many people. Bridget.
Oh, of course, yeah. And all the other people who viewed in, but didn't say anything, but that's okay. We're looking for numbers. Everybody, let's get these people to start swaying over to YouTube. Go on YouTube. It's on your phone. It's free. Okay. Friday Night Live with JB and Uncle Herman. Okay. And subscribe. This is what we need. All right, people. This is what we need. What the heck is this? Clyde Lawrence. I don't know who Clyde Lawrence is, so let me get that out of here. So this is what we need, and I need your help to make this successful. Bridget's laughing from what happened. Yeah, this is true. He actually got on the bus with all this stuff and was 50 cents short. Listen, the bus fare in Jacksonville is only $1.50.
They supposed to be going up, right?
Yeah, well, they didn't tell us when yet or how much. But let's see. We got Robin. Great show. Thank you, Robin.
She always come on so late.
She was on earlier.
And why
She
she
didn't say
don't call
anything.
in? I got a bone to pick with you. My phone dead, but you should start calling in.
Bridget said, "Oh my God." Oh yeah. Actually, did you pull up on Facebook when your phone gets charged, or we'll do it when we go off? Very pretty. Very pretty. Yeah. She I'm trying to remember because I think she responded to that post I did yesterday, and I think she's married to a black man. Can't remember. Anyway, don't want to say something incorrect, but she's a very lovely woman. And but we thank you, and we thank you again. And as always, I'm going to let JB say what he got to say.
People, let's be safe this weekend. It's supposed to be some great weather, and we supposed to be having it might not be this weekend. Maybe I'm talking a little too soon, but it's supposed to be some great weather, and everybody be safe, drink responsible, and next Friday we'll do it all again, God's will.
I was a little disappointed with the hurricane. You heard me talk about it last week's show. I was really look at, I don't want to use the word destruction, but I just love being out there and just seeing the wind and the rain. And okay, never mind. JP, give me a look. What's wrong with you?
I enjoyed your. Well, at least today, nobody can be in my inbox cussing me out. So you know, my phone dead for one.
They'll leave a message.
Yeah, they will.
When it gets charged up, you'll read it all.
Yeah.
I thank you, people. I love you. You be safe this weekend, and we'll see you next week.